G'day everyone and welcome to my art channel Brushes with Beck. In today's video I am trying out my new Derwent Lightfast pencils for the very first time, aside from just simple colour swatching. Now I only ordered 13 of the Derwent Lightfast colours, so I had to be quite specific in what subject matter I chose. So I chose to draw an Australian swamp pen, because that suited the colours that I had quite well. Now I'm also using one Faber-Castell Polychromos colour. It is a red colour called, I think it's Pale Geranium or Pale Geranium Lake, and I just need that in a couple of little areas in this piece. So I'm working on a Fabriano Studio Hot-pressed watercolour paper. It's quite a smooth paper. This is the paper I used when I did my pencil testing for my Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, the video that I put out for that. I think that was 2 weeks ago. Check that out if you're interested. I'll pop that up in the cards above. So this is just a very quick piece once again. I'm not being very thorough, I'm being quite messy. I just want to give these pencils a go, put some colour down on paper and see how they blend together and layer over the top of each other and so on and so forth. Now I did notice that I think it's a chocolate colour, is darker than the Mars black. I suspect the black's not meant to be an actual true black. So the chocolate is actually a darker colour than the Mars black in this range. Now I found the Derwent Lightfast, I could lay them down quite lightly on the paper and get a really soft coverage of the colour to build up some underlayers. I found, I don't like to compare too much, but when I was using the Caran d'Ache Luminance for the first time, I had trouble applying a very light application of colour because the colour just goes down so richly, which is a great thing, but when you want a subdued version of that colour, it makes it quite difficult. So I found with the Derwent Lightfast that it was a bit easier to put in an application of a colour in a more subdued way by applying lighter pressure and being able to build that up more. So moving on to the main body of the bird, you can see I'm using that, I think it's dark indigo, and applying that reasonably lightly and before I blend that out. Now I actually used the colour called Mist to blend this out, and it actually gave it a really nice bright hue, which I really liked, and it blended out so nicely. It looks a bit messy because I was being quite scribbly and I should have taken a bit more time with it, but it blended out really lovely. And you could get some really great results with this, I think, if you took the time to do it properly. So it gave really nice vibrant colour, and I really liked how that worked out, and I could make it sort of shiny looking, get those glossy look on the feathers. Like I said, very quick piece. This is just less than an hour this one took me, so I wasn't getting in a lot of detail, I wasn't paying super close attention to things. I just wanted to get these pencils down on paper and see how they felt. So they lay down very nicely, as I said. I did sharpen a couple of them. I didn't have any problems with the points. I had one tiny bit of the point break off, but it's because it was super sharp and I did press a little bit hard when I first put it down on the paper. But I didn't have any breakage when I was sharpening. And there's that red from the Polychromos range, like I mentioned, that I'm just using on the beak and the eye there. And so they've performed really nicely. I did like that I was able to layer up the colours easily and burnish them to blend them together quite easily while still being able to layer a bit more over the top of them when I needed to. I find with some pencils, once you burnish, it's a bit tricky to get colour in over the top if you need to refine that colour or strengthen it up, but I was still able to lay down colour once I had burnished a little bit, which was quite nice with these. And that was different to what I normally expect with pencils a little bit, I suppose, especially on a smooth surface such as a hot-pressed watercolour paper, where layering can be difficult once you've burnished the colour in. So like I said, overall this was a very quick piece to do, but I did really enjoy using these Derwent Lightfast pencils. I find they're sort of an in-between pencil. I have Faber-Castell Polychromos, which are quite hard, and I won't call them sharp, but they're sharp if you sharpen them. They're quite a hard pencil. And then I have my Derwent drawing pencils, which are very soft and very creamy. These Derwent Lightfast are probably sort of like a halfway in between those two. Perhaps leaning a little bit more towards the softer side, but they are a nice balance of being sharp and of being soft and hard. So I really enjoyed using them. So he is looking forward to many more times using these pencils in future art pieces. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel to help support me, comment down below, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next week for another video. Stay creative.